So on today's stream, this might end up being a kind of short stream. I just wanted to go over all the shit that got added to Tekken, and I wanted to just show off, not that I'll be showing off any sort of combos or anything, but just show off the characters that have been released, Ganryu and Leroy, and also show off the new features. So the frame data display, pretty self-explanatory, but I think what's more exciting than the frame data display is the punish training mode, which is pretty sweet. But before we do all of that, I think I want to go over the patch notes that hit. And there's not a whole bunch that changed. I mean, there's more that changed than the previous patch. But there's a couple of cool things that happened. That we'll just kind of briefly go over. Not really familiar with some of the characters that had changes, so, I'm not sure the significance of some of these, but it may be nice for some people to see some of these changes. This is a article put up on avoidingthepuddle.com, which I think is just pretty much ripped straight from the Bandai Namco website. For some reason, the Bandai Namco website, everything is blown up, like, really big, and it's like, I don't know if I'm on like a Firefly like telephone, or what is that, a jitterbug. Like the text is massive, and you have to scroll like so much. So, we're looking at this just because it's in a better format. Also, we get to see Paul with the, what is this, a sax? No, it's not a saxophone. I don't know what this is, but that's there. You get to advertise Eris's streams and his t-shirts while we're on here, so, So I was able to get access to some of this stuff, by the way, because you can just change your Steam API and get access to it. Even though the update for the North Americans wasn't coming out until tomorrow, I guess I just found a download for the API that lets you get access to it. Yeah, that's how I'm able to get access to it a day early. Not even a day, like, however many hours early. But there's the Ganryu announcement. Everyone's seen all this. The Leroy Smith announcement, the frame data display. What's not shown in here is a screenshot of the punish mode, but that's okay. We'll get into that once we get into game. So some of the battle adjustments here. It looks like there was mostly buffs that was handed out to people, and a couple of nerfs to some different characters. But let's just quickly go through the list. I mean, it's pretty long, but there's been like beefier Tekken updates in the past. So I already checked. For me personally, being a little, being a little selfish, there's no Marduk changes. He didn't get touched, which is fine. I think Marduk's in a fine spot. So King reduced the attack's knockback to prevent second hit from missing off the first hit. So this is just a fix. So good job, King. Yoshimitsu got some changes. This is more damage for him, it looks like. Change the damage from 12 to 16. Change the damage from 12, 16. Oh, from 6 to 22. So, okay. Just a damage change. Increase the lower range of the second hit. So, I'm not quite sure how this normally would work out. I don't play Yoshimitsu. This is a slight damage nerf, but they increased the range again on it, and they made it like 18 frames. So, I don't know much about Yoshimitsu. Don't really have an opinion. Yeah, so on this, they loaded all the damage on that second move. So Horang, they fixed an issue which the opponent could shorten the length they were stunned when hit by inputting the command to... Whoa, I didn't even know that this existed. So it looks like Horang just got like a bug fix. Brian's down 2. Increase the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits the opponent while they're down. I would assume that this is slight nerf. You get a little less Oki off of the down 2. If it, you know, pushes them farther back. Shorten the recovery time after the move hits by 3 frames. So, faster recovery on a Fang move, or a Fang string, it looks like. Fang needs to get played more. I really like Fang. I don't like playing him, but I like watching him. I think he's a cool character. I like the way he looks. It's a shame he doesn't get played much. He's not very strong, from what I understand. Fixed an issue which pressing down forward simultaneously during a forward dash would accidentally perform a forward. Okay, so some bug fixes. So his Dragonov's 3-1 down forward delayed by 4 frames, the timing at which you could shift to a special step. Delayed by 4 frames. I'm not familiar with this move, so I'm not sure exactly what this means for it. Shorten the recovery time by 1 frame. This changes. Okay, so this looks like a buff altogether for Lars's 4 during silent entry. It becomes a homing attack. Increase the lower range. Cool. So his forward 3 made the move less likely to put you on the other side of the opponent. Okay, so that just is like a slight fix. I guess a buff. Alyssa's during rage, fix an issue in which opponent's attack would be counted as a counter hit. Okay, so I guess some more bug fixes. A lot of this is bug fixes. I guess Alyssa had two pretty unfortunate bugs that got fixed, at least. Gigas. Wow. Gigas needs some love, and he's only getting 1 buff, it looks like. His down back 3-2 increase the lower range of the attack. Man, give Gigas some justice. Okay, I guess he gets a little buff. Nina, down back 3+4, increase the lower range. They did this to a lot of people. So, nice little buff for Nina. Akuma. Okay. So, quarter circle 1, increase the recovery by 1 frame. This changes the frame advantage from -13 frames to -14 when blocked, and -5 frames to -6 when move hits. Okay, so, I mean, this is a pretty, I won't say huge nerf, but it's a nerf. Like, it'll definitely, the fact that it goes from -13 to -14, that opens up a lot more options to punish. Yeah, this is his fireball. So this gives you a lot more opportunities to punish his fireball. But, like, I guess, when is an Akuma going to be, like, raw dogging you with a fireball when you're close enough to, like, launch punish him? I feel like that's not that common. I mean, we did see it in tournament, but it wasn't like he was, like, spamming them. We did see it, but, I mean, either way, you know, this is a pretty decent nerf that opens up a lot more opportunities. To do down 1 of the fireball cancel a lot. That's a good point. That's a good point. And so his... Oh, well, here's down 2 while crouching. Increase your recovery time after the move misses by 5 frames. Oh, shit. Increased it by 5 frames. This changed the frame. -4 to -9 when blocked. And +7 frames to +2 frames. Okay. 5 frames? That's like... I've never... Like, that's... Almost kills the move, no? I won't say kills the move, but that's a pretty... a pretty decent nerf again. Okay. I mean, I think that Akuma players will be fine. What I like about Tekken is they don't ham fist changes necessarily. I mean, they do sometimes, but this is pretty tame. This is pretty tame for what they could have done. He's still probably going to be one of the best characters in the game. We're not going to see, like, Akuma disappear. But I feel like these are nice changes, but They could have definitely gone harder if they wanted. So Bob looks like fixed an issue. Okay, some bug fixes. And change the damage from whatever this move is to 21. Akuma erased from the game. They nerfed his only good tool. Capcom goes scorched earth with balance patches. Yeah, I don't miss those days. I don't miss those days of Street Fighter balance patches where you were just like holding your breath and hoping your character wasn't going to get fucking assassinated. Yeah, those were not fun days. Master Raven change the opponent's behavior when the move lands a counter hit. Okay, so some slight changes there. Eddie increased the lower range of the attack, made it more difficult to jump over when the opponent... Okay, so a nice little buff to his back 3+4 during rage. And decrease the distance between the character and the opponent when the move hits. Okay, so another buff to Eddie. Another buff to Eddie. I think Eddie needs it. Eddie's a cool character, but he's not played very often because he has some pretty glaring issues. Still a viable character. Every character in Tekken's viable, but, you know, he could use some buffs. Lee. Shorten the recovery frames by 3. Okay, and this is on his 1+2, 2+, or 1+2, 3+4. Okay, so buff on that move. On his forward 3/3, fixed an issue in which the second hit would be blocked. Okay, so a bug fix, which inherently is a buff. Increase the duration of the character's crouching status by 3 frames. Decrease the distance between the character and the opponent. So this is a nerf to Lee's forward 4. I don't know much about Lee, but 2 buffs, or a buff, a fix, and a nerf. Okay. So Miguel. So on his forward 4-2, reduce the attack knockback to prevent the second hit from missing when the first hit is blocked. Okay, that's a pretty good buff. Reduce attacks. Yeah, it's a little strange. That's why, like, I was kind of like scrolling up and down. I don't know if you guys like noticed. I paused and I was like, "Is this in order?" Like, I was like trying to do it in my head. I'm like, "This is weird." Okay, so he got his forward 4-2 buffed. Down forward 1-2. Shorten the recovery frames by 2 frames. Recovery time by 2 frames. Change the opponent's behavior. Okay, so they slightly changed behavior and they buffed his down forward 1-2. Miguel with another change. Back down forward 4. Change the damage from 24 to 28. And they made it a homing attack. So Miguel got buffs all across the board. Anna. This is a character that I want to see do well. I actually am interested in playing Anna. But she has, like, you just have to work so hard with this character. And I like a lot of damage because I'm bad. And if I get a lot of damage off some basic shit, then that makes me happy. So Anna didn't really work out for me, but I do really like her toolkit. Let's see. So her down forward 4 fixed an issue in which the move's frame advantage when blocked would vary depending on the opponent was standing or crouching. Okay, so I've actually heard that this is a really big problem with her, that this was a really inconsistent... It was one of her best moves, her down forward 4, but it was super inconsistent. So they hopefully fixed it. While crouching, down forward to reduce the attack's knockback and decrease the distance between the character and the opponent. Okay, so a nice little Oki buff to Anna. Lei. Oh my god, Lei got a lot of changes. Okay, so Lei can change his rage depending on which stance he is in. Kind of a tongue twister. Fixed an issue in which rage would be consumed before the move was performed. The command was okay. So they just did some fixes to his rage. Cool. Good. Good for Lei. How many stances he got? He has a lot of... I think he has the most stances in the game. I think Lei has the most stances in the game. During Rage, during Panther, decrease the distance between the character and his opponent. Okay. So a nice little Oki buff, and they changed some behavior. And on his 3, fixed an issue, which the move's properties differed when performing the move with back 3+4, 3. Okay, so another bug fix for Lei. Fixed an issue in which the length of stun inflicted by a 4th hit by 1. Okay, so more bug fixes. Lei is one of those like freaky ass characters, so it's not really surprising that he had a bunch of shit that needed to get fixed. I'm sure you guys see like all these clips of like these wild interactions that happen in Tekken, and I think it just kind of comes with the territory of making a game. A 3D fighter with like a bazillion moves, you're bound to get some crazy ass weird interactions. You can't account for everything, but as you can see, they're working on smoothing things out still. Zafina got pretty much all buffs from what I already saw on Twitter. Fixed an issue in which the length of stun inflicted by the 4th hit differed when first hit was normal. Okay, so they fixed an issue with stun inflicted. That's good. During Rage, the down forward 3+4 made the move less likely to put you on the other side. Oh yeah, I remember seeing a lot of people bitch about this. So this makes this move just better and more consistent. You don't end up on the other side of the opponent. You're always going to be in front of them, which is good because I know that was pretty infuriating for Zafina players. 1+3 shortened the recovery time by 2 frames. Okay. -2 when blocked to +5 frames, and from +5 frames to +7 frames when the move lands. So a nice buff again. And forward 3+4 fixed an issue in which the second hit would be blocked if the first hit struck the opponent. Okay, so more fixes. And during Scarecrow stance, the down forward 4 decreased the diff. Okay, so another Oki buff to Zafina. So she got some nice fixes and some good buffs to her data. Cool. Cool. I mean, overall, most people got buffs, and there was some very slight nerfs. Akuma definitely got the biggest nerfs, but that's to be expected. That's to be expected. I don't think anyone is surprised. I don't even like we mentioned earlier, I don't think that this is gonna not make him top tier. I think he's still gonna be like a top 5 character. But hey, the beautiful thing about Tekken is everyone's viable. Everyone's viable. So your character got changes you're not happy with, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. Yeah, I don't think anyone really got like too big of a dick in the butt. I think everyone's good for the most part here. I'm kind of surprised that there are some characters that didn't get touched up. I mean, you guys are kind of memeing about it, but like I'm kind of surprised that Liza didn't get touch ups. Just because I know people are kind of not pleased with her. Gigas, like I really don't understand why they even have Gigas in the game. Where is he? Like, what do you... He has so many issues. And, like, if you're going to play Gigas, you should just play Marduk. Because Marduk has Gigas moves, but just better. Like, just all out better. Pretty much the same move, better data, and everything. Like, come on, man. Give Gigas some love. So, yeah, maybe they just need, like, that worst character in the game, and they just want it to be Gigas, because they think he's ugly. They don't want to see him. They don't want to see him played. But, yeah, I'm all for, like, this style of patching your game. Like, this is all very minor fixes and minor buffs and some minor nerfs to certain characters. So, like, this Brian nerf is very small. None of this shit is gonna, like, make or break. If someone looks at this and goes, oh, like, I'm not gonna play Akuma anymore, it's like you were just playing Akuma for the fad. You were just a bandwagon Akuma if that's really what pushed you over the edge. But you know, people are sad. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features that they added. Let me turn up Tekken a little bit. Let me turn up Tekken a little. All right, so just because it's the most, we can do all this from practice mode. We're gonna just show off the frame data display. I mean, there's not really much to show. Not really much to show here, but let's pick a new character just to. Actually, no, we'll do that. We'll do that at the end. We'll show off the new character and all the outfits. High Roller Soap threw out money for frame data. Yeah, man, those $4. I can understand people being disappointed. I guess as an adult with a job, I personally just don't care. It definitely doesn't set a good precedent. I am aware. I'm aware. It doesn't set a good precedent. It should be in the game. It should have been in the game 5 years ago. I completely agree. I'm shilling out the money because I just want that easy access to it. So to be able to display it, you go into display settings here. And then there's player frame info and opponent frame info. And then there's a detailed and simple display. I'm not sure what the difference is. Okay, I don't even see it. Simple display. Okay. Was it on the screen somewhere and I just I just didn't see it? Anyway, so this is the frame data. I mean, there's not really much to talk about here. It's a tool that should have been in the game from the start. I kind of wish they didn't have it right here on the screen. I kind of wish it was in a different spot. Maybe like in the middle, bottom middle. Is it on the part of the season pass? I think it's separate. So I should say again, I have access. This stuff isn't accessible yet. Only reason why I have access to this is because I changed my API and it just gave me access. I don't think I'll have access to this when this launches on like Steam for me. I changed my Steam API. I didn't actually pay for this yet. Okay, so yeah, it is a little less detailed than something like the Mortal Kombat 11 frame data. I agree. But, I mean, this is an incredibly valuable tool. I mean, I'm not sure what else to say. If you're curious about why you're using some move, if I'm using this move, I'm like, why am I dying? And then you're a scrub, you just go and turn on your thing, and you go, oh, that move is negative 22 frames on block. No wonder I'm dying. Negative 13 frames on block. You know, like, not much to say. Frame data is important. Frame data is important. And you should use it. I will completely say, if you don't want to pay for this, if you don't want to pay for the frame data, there is a very easy to download mod that you can download. Just Google it. It's incredibly easy to do. It's free. It tells you all the frame data. It's all up to date. You don't need to spend any money. It's completely legal. Tekken bot. Yes. You don't need to do anything. Download it. You don't need to cough up any money. It sucks that you have to do it. Once again, they should have had it in the game. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You should use frame data, though. It's going to make you a better player. This is a part of the Season 3 pass? Okay. Well, maybe I did pay for it because I have the Season 3 pass. So, there you go. For some reason, I thought that it was separate. I thought it was like $4, but maybe it's a part of the... Oh, you know what? It's probably $4 to buy, but you get it in the Season 3 pass. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's it. So that's why I have it. I thought that for some reason it was separate. Okay, yeah. So you get it if you have this. If you have the Season 3 pass. If you just want to buy it and you don't want to buy the Season 3 pass, then you have to spend $4. That's how it is. That's how it is. All the other stuff, all the other features, like what I'm about to show you guys right now. I don't know why I left the practice mode because you get to it in the practice mode. Is the punish mode. The punish mode is also in the practice mode, and I think that this is a great fucking tool. And it's free. You don't even have to pay any money for it. This is something I think every fighting game should have. Pretty easy to set up. I already took a quick look at it before the stream. So if we go over to display, let's go ahead and turn this off. And let's go over to punishment training. It's in the action settings here. So, you pretty much kind of, you know, self-explanatory. You kind of just check off what you want the bot to do, and it tells you how to punish it. Oh, you know what? Is this not going to work because I have guard all on? Probably. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I can just keep that on a guard all. All right, let's try this again. Am I embarrassing myself here? There we go. Okay. So I'm not sure, like MT kind of pointed it out, what how optimal these are going to be. I'm not sure how optimal these are going to be. But I think it's still a good tool. Hey, what's up, Guggen? Exactly. I think this is more useful for a new player. Okay, so this is a move of the mid, so... But what I think is going to be particularly useful about this is, you know, if you're confused about how to handle, you know, particularly tricky characters, you know, if there's like a Lei who's doing something that you're not sure about, then you can just go into the punishment training and figure out it. I guess clearly this isn't the most optimal stuff, but I think it teaches you how to react to certain things. So it looks like it's recycling some stuff. Might be useful to a brand new player who doesn't want to look up sheets and stuff. See, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not sure, like, how... Oh, so it's like popping up with like really fast. I'm not sure if like they would be able to like show like the super optimal stuff necessarily all the time for every character. I'm not sure how like possible that would. So what I'm curious about is, are these all moves that, like, I feel like there would be more punishable moves? Hold on, let me go look at a different character. Like if we go to character select, maybe that there's that's the only punishable stuff. I have a really hard time believing that's the only punishable things for Kazuya. Let's do like Lei. Where's Lei? This is the first character that came to mind when I saw this mode. Was, oh, I'm gonna be able to figure out how to beat Lei. Oh, there he is. Curious to see what it shows here. Because Lei has so much wild shit in his toolkit. Okay. What is this move? Oh, okay, it's that move. It's a strange move that it's telling me to use here. I've never seen anyone use this move as a Punisher. Alright. Am I not supposed to crouch this? I'm having a hard time doing this. Okay, so you can't get it before the low. Why am I... I'm doing the jump. I never use this move. I'm sorry. Yeah, these seem like they were like hand-picked, like common moves. Why am I jumping? This is embarrassing. I'm genuinely confused. Like, I can't do it any faster, I don't feel like.
Do the input down, up, forward, 2. When the low is about to hit you. Don't block and then do it. Just do it like a weirdly complicated move. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Cool. Thank you. That explains it a lot better. It's just telling me to do a lot of 2-1s to punish things, which is fair. I mean, I don't think that's optimal. Some of these, like, I know for sure I've punished people with other moves. So, also, let's try this. Let me go into display settings and turn on both of these. Will this work along with the punishment training? Cool. Oh my god, my screen has a lot of shit going on, though. I can't see shit. Actually, I'm curious. So I'm not able to do my typical wall rising. Oh, because you can see. Oh, okay. Oh, I guess. Okay, so you still pass. That's just, I just realized. It says recommended. It's not the, like... It accepts any punish. I just did something different. It's just a recommended. Okay. So if I just do, like... Yeah, see, like, I can just jab and it'll pass it. Interesting. So, I mean, I can see... I mean, this is just, like, a good way of learning how frame data works. That move is -10 on block. So my uppercut, my launcher, is, you know, not going to beat it. It's 13 frame launcher. So this is a good way to, like, still test out other things. So yeah, this is just a really fast move, so I gotta just not really gonna be able to punish it with anything big. Not really gonna be able to punish it with anything big. But something like this, that's -15 frames. My main launcher is -13, so that it, you know, that's frames, baby. That's why I'm able to launch it. This is my best wall rising move. I mean, it's my only wall rising launcher. My wall rising 3. Oh, but see, that passed it. I mean, it obviously isn't the most effective punish. But, okay. It's a pretty cool
Pretty cool system. Let's go look at some other characters in it. I kind like. I'm curious why. Why they decided to not do all of the moves. And it's just like hand-picked moves. I kind of wish that it was all of them. This is also another really good Marduk wall rising move. Really fast. This is able to like jab people out of a lot of shit. Probably didn't do all the moves because this is free and that's a lot of work. You know, fair point. May have only done the commonly used ones. Yeah, that's probably the case. I still think that this is like a really valuable tool. I think it'll be... This is what Tekken needed. Like, this is obviously not going to be particularly useful for a really experienced player. Like, this is for, like, new players. I could see myself using this in, like, an offline, just, like, practice. You know what I mean? Yeah, the frame data being in the game officially is obviously useful. I think that what makes this a particularly useful tool is the fact that you can put on the frame data along with the punishment tool. I think that's what makes it really useful. So I actually have to pay for the frame data. Unless you buy the Season 3 pass, then yes, you're going to have to pay for it. Or, like I mentioned, if you just want to download, there's a mod online. It's easy to download. It takes literally 2 minutes. You can get all the frame data there. I can message you off stream if you want me to send it to you. Or you can do some Googling. See, I could see myself using this a lot. Like, if, like, just going into lab. Let's see. And practicing my wall rising jab punishes. Oh, whoops. This isn't the move I wanted. Which one is the one with that little toe tap? Zach, which one's the one with the toe tap? Down, forward, 4. That's down back.
Oh, you just said down 4. Sorry, I'm dumb. Oh, 1 second. Someone's... Oh, okay, never mind. Someone was calling me, and then they hung up. Then they hung up. It was me. It's number 2. I keep on pressing B. Okay. So, like, this is how I could see myself utilizing this. So, I'm really poor with my wall rising shit. Wait, why is it doing other stuff? Oh, there we go. God damn it. Stop pressing back. I'm really bad with my wall rising. So this is just a really easy way to practice my wall rising jabs. Maybe mix in some other stuff just so I'm not, like, you know, making it predictable. So set it to, like, hard mode. Set it to hard mode and, like, mix in some, like, other shit. So, like, I don't know, just fucking, like, random crap. So bad at wall rising moves. All the moves on that Chloe list seemed really common. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe looked at, like, statistically, okay, these are the most common. Like, I guess I can check for myself. Let's go into the character select, and let me do Marduk. Just because that's a character that I personally know the best. Let me see what moves they have in the Marduk thing. I mean, this is very clearly like a somewhat basic tool, but I think it's still useful. I think it's still useful. I don't think I'm gonna sit here and, like, stream myself practicing this way, but, like, if I'm, like, just because I do a lot of my labbing in the morning before work, I could see myself incorporating this in my day-to-day practice here and there. I don't think it'll, like, take over all my practice. Alright, so let me take a look at these moves. So forward 2, down 1+2, forward 2, 1, 2. Oh, sorry, forward 2, down 1, 2. Uppercut. Okay. I mean, yeah, these are pretty common moves, for sure. These are pretty common moves. They're not my personal, like, all these aren't, obviously I use some, but they're not all my most used moves. But that's going to change per person. There you go, Zach. You need that one. You need to... Everyone's going to fucking be wall rising me now. Actually, Zach is actually pretty good about fucking me up. I know, I'm just fucking with you. Oh, wow. Minus 16. Yeah, man, this is minus 16. I'd fuck you up with it a lot. No one really punishes me for doing this to people. It's not low parryable. A lot of my good lows are not the most safe. Yeah, people eat shit to this all the time. Hard to see how unsafe things are in Tekken? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, I'm doing back. I don't know why I was pressing 2. Okay. I mean, it's a little bit more basic than I thought, but it's still, like, incredibly useful, I think. Especially for new players. Especially for new players. What are the new sample combos they added? Did they add more sample combos? That's something that they did? I thought they did. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, I accidentally exited out of the, oh, no, I didn't. Extended practice functionality. Oh, they added new performance stats as well. I wonder if I can look at that now, if it used, like, the data that I already had, or if I need to build up that data. I have, like, 12 for King when they used to have 5. Okay, well, if you say that you got some new ones, let me go take a look. Let me take a look. Overall, I think that's a really, especially for new players, a really useful tool. This is definitely more. What's the stars? I'm assuming the stars are, like, difficulty. 3-star. I mean, that's a pretty bread and butter, you know, combo that I've seen. Okay, well, it's not the most optimal because you're able to get more, a little bit more out of that. But, I mean, I do this. Okay. I mean, the more sample combos, what's the 1-star in comparison? Oh, yeah, let me see. I'm not sure. To me, this seems like a harder combo to do than the 3-star. Okay, so I guess to them, these are progressively harder. I mean, the 3-star did do more damage. Let's look at this one. That did 67. That did 75. That did 82. Oh yeah, thank you for letting me know. I forgot that I didn't have to leave the menu. I mean, I think this is a cool little addition. Once again, especially for newer players, because this is like the BAB version, right? And this is like a perfectly acceptable. Okay, never mind. That's not acceptable. Don't do that one. But you know what I mean. Like if you're new, and this is all you can muster. If this is all you can do consistently, then that's going to be better off than doing this one consistently. The one that you can do is the one that's the best one. And so maybe the thinking is like a new player is going to look at this and go, okay, I'm going to do the 1-star one until I am good at it, and then I'm going to graduate to the 2-star. And then once I'm good at that one, I'm going to graduate to the 3-star. I think it's cool. All of this stuff is like great, especially for new players. I mean, that's the 3-star of this. There's like a way better version you can do, but I mean, it's fine. It's fine. This tool isn't necessarily for someone like me who already has put in a lot of time researching Marduk combos. This tool is for someone who's new to the game, for sure. Yeah, some of the other ones seem okay. Like I'm sure it varies from like combo to combo. Like you know what I mean? Hey, thanks for the raid. I appreciate that. I'm sure it varies from combo to combo. But I think overall why it's important is it teaches new players, you know, fundamentals. I kind of learned how to play off of sample combos because it taught me just what it feels like to link moves together. It didn't necessarily teach me the most optimal combos, but it at least taught me what it actually felt like to do a combo. Especially in the world out there when some new player could be picking up Tekken and look up a combo online it says it's a bread and butter combo, and it's like a season 1 combo and it doesn't work at all, and they spend like 12 hours trying to do it, and then they uninstall Tekken and refund it because, you know, it's frustrating. That person may not have known that the different seasons could have changed that character's bread and butter combo. So you have a reliable list of sample combos here that you could work on and get better and better, from easy, quote unquote, to hard. All these tools are incredible for new players. It's promising. It's not really common that you see a fighting game company add tools like this far into a game's development. That's pretty rare. It's like really rare. As I said earlier, a lot of these things should have been in the game already, but better late than never. Especially now that Tekken is just blowing up. Like Shatter joined at decided to download Tekken at like the perfect time, because if I was like Shatter is playing King, like I feel like you could probably get a decent grasp on how to play King using these tools. You won't become the most efficient, godlike, amazing King player, but you don't need to be, and you won't be either way. You won't be either way. And that goes for any new player. Didn't select for Sona King. But, I mean, this kind of makes me interested in, you know, it doesn't make it as scary for me as well, because I've always wanted to pick up an alternate character just to play on the side. but I know just how much research it takes to learn a character, so I've always just been a one character man. I don't really vary my exposure. So let's say if I was new and I wanted to pick up King, I mean, hell yeah, this shit would be great. Shatter. I hope you are okay with me using you as an example. I apologize if you're not. um, but these would be fucking sweet tools. So I used to be a streamer. I'm used to it. There we go. So yeah, I think this is good. It sets a good precedent too. That, you know, Tekken is willing to be welcoming to new players. So let's go take a look at the new additions to the roster. We'll do Ganryu first. So these are the preset costumes. I really like these Yakuza style. And we have an OG Ganryu costume. I really like that one. That's a really cool costume. That one's pretty goofy. And then another Yakuza style. We don't have any new stages. Not yet. So I'm not going to go into some in-depth like review. I just kind of want to take a look at this character in game. Look at some of his moves. See how he feels. Oh, we'll also go and look at like some of his customization stuff. Let me go ahead and turn off that. I have counter hits on. I'm like, why is that launching? That's a nice overhead. Looks like an overhead at least. His moves definitely are slow visually. What do his grabs look like? Cool. What the fuck? Okay, so this is a stance. Okay. It's like a sumo stance. Go ahead and look at his move list. Such a long rage art. What the fuck? So long. Damn. When I saw this on Twitter, when I saw this rage drive, I just know I'm gonna eat this shit so much. The fucking low rage drive. And it crushes. Low mid. Yeah, and it leaves him in stance. I'm gonna eat shit. I'm gonna eat this shit so much, and I'm gonna enjoy it. So you can piano that, I'm assuming. Oh, interesting. This kind of is like Marduk. It's kind of like Marduk. This is very similar to how Marduk works, where you can go into stance after your jabs. Interesting. High mid. I'm assuming this would probably be pretty good if they're up against a wall. No, you can keep going forever. You can keep going forever with that. That looks really funny. Sweet. You can keep going. Hold up. Wow, that's a mid and a mid. So is that an over? That looks like an overhead, right? That's probably an overhead. So if you catch someone crouching with that, they're going to eat shit. Oh, did it say... I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at that. I was... I had a brain fart. Okay, so that leaves you in stance. Oh, so these are the moves that you do while you're in stance. Curious what these are like. Toe stomp. I wonder how much his stances are going to be incorporated into his combos. Like Marduk, he has a nice handful of combos that you incorporate your stance into as a extender. I'll have to wait and see. Wait for the Twitter videos. That move, when I saw it in the trailer, I was pretty excited. I would assume that that would be some sort of finisher. Reverse fan. Okay, so that's like a reversal. Cool. That armor? How would I tell if that would be an armor move? I guess he would glow, right? I think I'm going to eat this shit a lot. He has a lot of options out of stance. A lot more than I thought he would. What? Some of this stuff out of like I'm not sure what the purpose of this would be. Like I would have to see what you could do afterwards. Maybe it's some sort of armor's white smonk. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought like the white kind of aura shit. So maybe when he's crawling up at you like that, if you try and hit him, you'll eat shit. Okay, so you can do some sidestep stuff out of stance too. Nice mid. Oof, that's fast. He seems like pretty explosive. Like, some of these moves are incredibly fast. Some of them are really slow, too. It's like one or the other. Just a normal down forward 2 launcher. That's a good combo. It's funny. That's a pretty fast low. Man, this guy seems like he's going to be a monster if you're up against the wall. He seems like he's going to be a fucking monster. Come on, man. What is with the these infinite moves? That's funny. I mean, clearly you could just block low, but it's just funny to me. He has some trolling potential. This guy has some trolling potential for sure. During counter hit. Cool. This is the shit I like to see. So once you're able to get a hold of them, you have a couple of different options. $61 damage. Okay. I'm excited about this character. Oh, so this is what you can do from sit. I don't think I'm going to play this character, but I'm excited just to see him played, you know? And to play against him. I might dabble with them off stream. There's some goofy stuff you can do with them. I love this. 35 damage. Okay. That kind of changes this move. You can hold that shit down. I'm assuming that would be pretty good if they're already on the ground. Hold. If you see them, like, you know, you'll see a player just, like, lay on the ground and wait to see what you're going to do. Just stomp their ass. Curb stomp. Sumo sweep. We're going to blaze through some of these. Some fast fucking moves. At first impression, I thought his moves seemed a little slow, but after looking at more of these, this guy seems kind of scary. Obviously, he's very short range. He's very short range. You're not gonna be zoning people out with this guy. I mean, that's not how you're supposed to play this character. You're supposed to be on top of bitches with this guy. So many moves. Okay, we're not going to go through all of these. Let's just, like, take a look at a sample combo. Oh, I'm doing the wrong input. Sorry. Probably should have picked an infinite stage. I'm sorry. I just wanted to hear the music for this stage. It's a really good music stage. Man. Very, very stubby. Very stubby. Why do I keep pressing 2? What am I doing? Gonna be here a while. Hey, man. You guys know what you're in for. Okay. Cool. Backdash feels so strange to do. Feels really weird. Looks kind of looks funny too. You just kind of like hops, very stiff. That's not going to work against the wall, clearly. See some other sample combos. Kind of a funny looking. That's a low? I guess it is. It almost looks like like at first glance it looked like a mid, but yeah, that is a low. Yeah, so this is gonna seems like his go-to finisher. Oops. Interesting. His combos feel like you have to actually slow down quite a lot when you're doing them. This is probably going to be his, if I had to guess just off of first glance, probably going to be his go-to while rising launcher. I don't know. I mean, typically I don't prefer side characters, if they have a lot of like stances, because it's just a lot more to remember. But he seems fun. I kind of like that he has some similar
or some similarities to Marduk and his stances. All right, first of all, let's look at Leroy's costumes. This is a character that I don't have interest in playing, but I think he's one of the coolest original characters to be added to Tekken in a long time. I like this one. We'll make the same mistake, and I'll pick Infinite Azure. Kind of a funny low. Or, crouch. This cane almost looks like knuckles. Like brass knuckles. He's so fast. He's so fast. Hair physics is pretty good. I was kind of curious how all these dreads would look in motion. Oh, okay. This is such a sick looking... Like, a lot of these moves are super fucking sick. So fucking fast. Pop kick. Okay. Look at some of his moves. Not gonna go through all of them, but this is gonna hurt. The 1-inch punch. That's a pretty cool rage art. Pretty sweet. Okay, do that again. It seems like it will be an incredible finisher. Like, combo finisher. I wonder how, like, string heavy this character is. I have a feeling he's going to be really string heavy. Oh, okay. So this is his stance, Hermit. Why is Leroy so cool? Because he's from fucking New York. And he's like he's got dreads and shit, and he has a dog. Oh, yeah, we gotta go find the dog. Wow, that did a ton of damage. What the fuck? Alright, so what can he do from his stance? I'm really curious to see what people do with this character. I feel like he's just going to be so, like, overwhelming to play against. Ooh. the mix-ups with this Hermit stance so far are seeming to be really dangerous. He can hit you low. He can do... If you can, like, get in someone's head with this stance, you're going to be able to do a lot of different shit to them. Was there a beat-em-up mode in Tekken 3? And he can sidestep out of his stance. Good evasive maneuvers. Oh! Dog. We found it. Found the dog. Can you kick the dog? Oh yeah, so apparently the dog doesn't always listen to you. It, like, sometimes won't attack him. I don't know what triggers whether or not it will attack someone. I'm not making that up. Harada tweeted it. He tweeted, sometimes the dog won't attack. It'll just do this. Yeah, it seems like it usually doesn't. Yeah. Skip to some other moves. That's a pretty good range. Low. That was pretty sick. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me look at his throws. Oh, whoops. My dog is being ridiculous. It feels so weird to forward dash because he, like, sticks his leg out when you crouch. It feels so weird. It kind of looks funny. Like he's doing a little, like, a little dance move. These are pretty cool looking grabs. Okay. Let's look, do some sample combos. Cool. Oops. That had a lot of carry to it. Okay, so I'm going into Hermit stand. Am I? Do a 3-star? No, that'll just be wasting everyone's time. Oh, there we go. I was pressing something wrong. And then from Hermit, I do 2-1. So this seems to be his finisher, at least the one so far that they're showing.
Then 2, 1. All right. Trying to remember all the buttons here. Oh, I gotta stop doing 4 instead of 3. Gotta be pretty fast with these. You gotta be pretty fast. Sweet. These combos feel like pretty satisfying to do. Hey, this is my kind of combo. This is my kind of combo. I like him. He feels satisfying. Like, he feels really satisfying to use. I like it. Sweet. This is a really good... Oh, yeah, libido. Yeah, I added libido. Pretty sweet. But hey, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I guess I should say that I will probably still play Marduk. But I do think that the tools that they added were really good, especially for new players. I could see myself incorporating them. I mean, of course I'm going to use frame data. But in terms of the punishment mode, or the punishment training, I can see myself incorporating that in certain ways into my just training regiment. And the new characters, I'm not sure. I don't know if I've been looking to pick up a side character, and Leroy was pretty satisfying to use. He felt more satisfying to use than Ganryu, and I expected Ganryu to feel more satisfying to use. But I'll mess with them a little bit more off stream. But actually, I'm not as afraid to pick up a side hoe with the with some of the new sample combos and the new punishment stuff. That's something that my slow brain can utilize to pick up an alternate character. So, thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. Except for Zach, because he's just been rude the whole stream talking shit. And I'll be back. Oh, yeah, I will be back maybe this weekend. I was going to have a new laptop to stream on, but I don't anymore because it came in and it's broken. So I might just do some just chatting streams. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring my PC or not. So have a good one, my dudes. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I might see you guys this weekend. Peace.